Hey guys, this is Anthony Romerell. In this video, we're going to talk about GitHub and Git Desktop. So you're going to start this class with by forking a repository. So you should have a link in the instructions to go to github.com/AnthonyRomerell/essentials. And what you're going to see is this essentials repository, and you're going to see a couple folders. So you're going to see a DAGV 1100 and 1200. That's for your modeling and animation class if you're in there. And then you're going to see a DAGV 1700. This is for DAGV 1700 or DAGV 1400, which you may be in that course. So, and it's going to be pretty straightforward. What you're going to want to do is head on over to this fork button, and you're going to want to click it. And what it's going to do is it's going to give you an owner. So this is assuming that you've already logged in or created an account. So if you're at this step and it prompts you to log in or create an account, make sure you do so. So then you're going to choose an owner, and you're going to find your username. And once you found that username, you're going to head and click this Create Fork button. Okay, I'm not going to continue this because I'm going to work from the main repository. But what will happen is it'll prompt you to go to your own fork. So instead of saying Anthony Romerell Essentials, it's going to say your name and Essentials. So let me just pop on back there. Okay, so I'm going to go back to code, and it'll be your name and Essentials. That'll be your repository. And you will see that you have now forked this repo. Now you're going to want to do that because you won't have permission to add to this particular repo, but you will have permission to add to your own. The next thing you're going to want to do is click on this code button. And once you do that, you're going to want to say, let's open in with GitHub Desktop. Now, this is going to prompt you to download GitHub Desktop. It won't do it for me because I already have it. But it's going to prompt you to download GitHub Desktop. So once you do that and get it installed, it'll open GitHub Desktop. For me, it's going to ask me to allow me to open this repository. And here I already have the repository open, but what it will prompt you to do is to log in with your GitHub credentials. That'll be, you'll log in with the same user and password that you have for GitHub. So once you do that, you're going to tell it to authorize, and then you'll come back, and it should prompt you to use your repository. Now, if it doesn't do that, you can always come back once this is all installed and you're logged in, and go back and click on this code button again and say open in desktop. Or you could go to repository, and you could come on down to, you can come on down to file and clone repository, and under your username, it'll give you your repository. I have a number of repositories here. So in this case, it'll be, mine says Anthony Romerell Essentials. It'll say your name and Essentials. That's the one you're going to want to click and clone. Now, I already have this repository, so I'm not going to clone it. But one important path is the location on your hard drive. So it's important that you do not put this on an iCloud drive or a OneDrive. So in this case, what I've done is I've just put it directly in my users folder in a GitHub repositories folder and essentials folder. So for me, I hit choose, and what you're going to want to do is, like, it's going to prompt you to put it in your documents folder. Go one above that. So in this case, for me, I'm going to put it directly in my users folder. And then for you, whatever you'd like, I created a new folder called Git Repos. And then I created a folder called Essentials, and I selected that. Okay. That's up to you where you want to put it. Just make sure that you're putting it directly in your users folder, not in your documents folder or your desktop, because that'll compete with OneDrive or iCloud. Once you've done that, you've set this where it needs to go, you're just going to hit this clone button, and it will open up your repository, and you'll be able to start to get work done. So if you have any questions, feel free to message me on Teams or message me in Canvas. Teams is preferable, but this is this is pretty simple what you should do. Just a reminder of the steps again. Go to github.com/AnthonyRomrell/essentials, log into the account. Then instead of cloning this repo, you're going to fork it. After you've successfully forked it, it should say your username and essentials. Go to code, open in GitHub's desktop. It'll prompt you to download GitHub Desktop, where you're going to log into your GitHub account one more time, which is the same account that you used on GitHub, whether you've created a new account or logged into an old one. Either one's fine. And then it should prompt you to open the repo. If not, you could always go to File, Clone Repository, and find your repository and the location. Remember not to put it in your, just put it directly in your user folder with your username, not in your iCloud or OneDrive folders. And that should cover it. Let me know if you have any questions.